Hello all. The 4th of July here in the U.S. We're going to talk about that. Beautiful, foggy, warm day here in San Francisco, U.S. So the wind is really starting to pick up, so I'll have to do the video rather quickly here, unfortunately. We're going to talk about U.S. violence. What is going on in this country in particular? I want to show you this image, which makes me sick. Somebody from the U.S. with a nutty idea of shooting a giraffe for a trophy, and then when confronted on it, says it's all part of a conservative movement. Where did this take place? South Africa. There's only 100,000 giraffes left there. Why are we shooting giraffes? I think this is really, really sick, and just what, you know, it's just all part of the U.S. of violence. We go to kill for fun. That's really sick. You know what I find so offensive about this hunting for trophies is the sickness of how much they love the kill. They pose with it, wrapped around themselves. Now, giraffes live in the wild to about 25 years, or give or take some. They can live up to 28 years in captivity. Why on earth are we killing giraffes? Just for the fun of it? I think we need to look at why we would do such a thing as kill a wild animal when food is plentiful still, and no need to kill for the U.S. to go to Africa to kill wild game, as it's called. Really sick. Here in the U.S. in 2018, we've had 154 mass shootings with 1,600 children under the age of 18 being murdered and killed by guns. Guns were the weapon that was used to kill these children. Here in the U.S., if a Muslim were to come and shot 1,600 children all at one time, do you know what the response would be? But that 1,600 kids died here in the U.S. from gun violence, and it had nothing to do with Muslim or any other religious group. It had to do with the nuts that need all these guns and weapons in their homes, and the kids find them with ammo in them because we're so afraid. We keep loaded guns nearby at all times. Crazy what's happening. So we have to admit that the Orange Man here in the U.S. has been trying to get violence going amongst the U.S. and other countries ever since he's been in office. He's been calling for violence all along. Why don't we take Syria? Why don't we nuke North Korea? Why don't we go after Iran? Why don't we go after China? But now, that's not enough. He wants to go after Venezuela. Because why? They have the world's largest oil supply in the world. $297 billion barrels in reserves. Of course, Saudi Arabia is second at 266 billion barrels of oil plus. But nevertheless, the U.S. needs oil, and it is going to go after everybody else's oil so that the U.S. can have plenty of oil, so we can have big vehicles, big houses, and lots of waste, because that spells GDP growth. The more you throw away, the more consuming you do, the more the U.S.'s GDP grows upward. And ever since the U.S. has taken on this violent campaign to steal other people's oil, like in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, I can go on and on and on. When does it stop? When does the violence stop here in the U.S.? Why is it that we're going to celebrate tonight bombs bursting in air, though the flag was still there, as if that was really important enough to kill so many people? We were fighting with the English, but that's kind of weird because we are the English. So instead of fighting, why didn't we just make some kind of truce and call it another part of England and go about the business? I mean, I don't understand why we have to fight with everybody about everything. So on this 4th of July, well, the bombs are bursting in air and people are partying and getting drunk as hell. Just think about all the violence that the U.S. has done on other countries and even their own people. 1,600 children dead from firearms so far, 2018.